All right, my friends, for the sake of transparency, I have to tell you, I messed up badly today. Yes, I made over $1,000 of real money. Yes, I called a beautiful trade inside Team Bull.
2200, 1800, 3500, 1200, 580, 1075, 600, 752, 920, 1300, 2600, 500, 1200. Let's go. 6K, 1K, 17K, 250. Let's go.
And yes, I had a great entry on that trade. What I did not do was manage that trade well. And secondly, I walked away 3 minutes before my confirming candle to the downside came and we saw an aggressive move down. So in today's video, I want to break down the good, what I did well, how my system worked for me, and then the bad, how I got stopped out, what I could have done differently, and what I'm going to do going forward to not have FOMO and to execute at the highest level, which I strive to do every single day. So if you guys get value from this video, all I ask is you tap in, hit that subscribe button, and let's get to the money together. Now, first 3 candles on the 5-minute chart. We have some aggressive moves up. And then actually, if you were listening to me trade this morning, I started like longs on the second candle. You could see in the tape we were very strong. Buyers were very aggressive, but we were within that first 15 minutes. Therefore, I really try to avoid trading at all costs. So that being said, we wait. Now we get this 5-minute confirmation candle above the 15-minute high, which means I'm going to start looking for long entries, either A at the 15-minute high or B around the midline area, depending on how price action looks. We get this move back down to here, and on the move back up, I enter around 77. I get filled around 77. We get a really nice 30-point plus move to the upside to 405. We then pull back down, get a nice big pop up to 399, basically 400. I get a 25-point plus trim off here, trim a good part of my position. And on the second part, I keep my stop at 70. I keep my stop below my entry price because I want to give it a little wiggle room. Now, looking back on a trade that I wanted to hold because of my hourly chart and 4-hour chart to the upside, because we had a lot of room. If we go here to this chart here, let's pull up our hourly chart. You can see pretty clearly on this move up, as we're breaking out above this, we have a lot of room up to this previous resistance level around 458, 460. We had a genuine good amount of room up here to these highs, and if we pass that, up to this 500 level. That was my main target for the day. I wanted to see us pass 460 and then move up to 500s. So on this particular trade, we can see here, we get a good entry right around this 377. We move up, trim, I keep my stops at 370, a little below break even. It comes down to 364. 6 points it stopped me on. We get an aggressive move up to 430, 436, move back down. I don't re-enter here. And then the aggressive pop-up I was looking for all morning. The hourly chart was screaming it. The 4-hour was screaming it. I personally had my stop a little too tight. Because it was a macro position, I likely should have kept my stop below this confirming candlestick, below 356. Yes, it would have put on a little more risk. Yes, I would have given back most, if not all, of my profits from the trims, but it would have allowed me to catch this entire aggressive move up. So lesson learned for me. Yes, I made money. Yes, Team Bull was cool, but I kept my stop a little too tight. On this particular trade, because my bias was to the upside and we had a lot of room on the higher time frames, I should have kept it a little tighter, and I didn't. I can own that mistake. I can be transparent with you guys about that mistake. So that was trade 1. Now trade 2, this wasn't really my fault. I mean, it was 10:50, 10:55 Colorado time. I left at 10:57. On the next candle, you see we're curling up here. Volume's going down. We're moving on up into supply. Volume is still not very strong. We get this reversal candle here, and then the aggressive reversal candle here with confirming volume. Volume moving on up. So on this aggressive move down, you can see that we break this structure to the downside, right from this confirming candle here through here. We break the structure to the downside. We retest back up. This is my prime time trade, whether it's the break of this trend here or whether it's the pop back up to 21,524. If you're trying to catch an aggressive move back down to the 15-minute high, oftentimes it will start with a break of structure like this on the 5-minute or the 15-minute. You can see it in the 15-minute too. Let's go here, right? Whoops. We break this structure to the downside on the 15-minute. We close below. We retest back up. You want to take shorts around here, keep stops either A with a candle close above 540 or B, worst case, above 560. So you have 30, 40 points of risk. That means you want 80 plus points to the downside. This trade ended up giving from 520 all the way down to the 15-minute high, 150 points. That's a solid 3-4 hour trade if you held it through. Obviously, this happened much faster than it typically would, but this is a great downside setup with a break of structure, increasing volume in the 5-minute and the 15-minute. That's a good inclination. You're going to go back down. That would tell me right away, I'm not going to try the bounce here at the higher low. I'm not going to try the bounce here at the higher low. I'm going to personally wait for my confirmation and then ride this aggressively to the downside. That's what this is all about, guys, is identifying risk first. We are probabilities traders. We are risk traders. So I like to use the 15-minute chart, the 5-minute chart, the 1 minute occasionally for entries with the orb, and then I find my levels on the 4 hour and the 1 hour. Again, I want to see where the wicks are, where the closes are. I want to see where price is struggling, where price is thriving. How is volume? All right, on these pushes up, how is volume? You can see here, we failed to go higher here, had about half the volume as the previous candle. This is a concern. It's no wonder we came in here, wicked up, and failed again. I just needed to see that confirmation on the 5-minute and the 15-minute. When you're trading price action, guys, it's all about systemization and risk. That's what the best traders do. Yes, you don't see me making 10, 20, 30K a day, but I consistently have been making 5, 10K a week, 15K a week. It's all because I manage my risk. It's not rocket science. Yes, there's a lot of different parts to trading. It can get a little confusing at times. But at the end of the day, what I'm trying to say, I had to think of my thoughts for a second, is that you have to manage your risk first. And if you can identify and look at your risk first, then the upside comes. Protect the downside and the upside will come. That's your lesson for today, guys. Missed out on my second trade. Caught an okay trade at the start. Should have been a massive 5, 6K plus day. Didn't end up happening. And we go into tomorrow with a fresh mindset. Now, what am I looking at for tomorrow? Well, you can see here, we have a big area, fair value gap here. A lot of liquidity sitting to the downside. I still think that if we can break these lows at 21,100 to 20,080, I think we have a pretty straight shot down to this 20,100 as a whole right here. Then we can see this move pretty quick. And then, this is easier to see on QQQ. We have a lot of room down in the QQQ 4 hour and daily. I mean, I'm talking a lot, guys. So I'm going to be looking for us. This is a very weak daily chart, maybe to pop up into here, into 516, 517, fail, lower high, aggressive move down. And then if we can break this 501, we got room straight down to 491. So I'd love to see downside play out Thursday and Friday. If we end up cracking back above 522, we likely see an aggressive move to the upside. So the good thing about this is our setups are solid, right? We see upside over this. We see downside below here, an aggressive downside, gap fill downside below here. That's my min watch for the rest of the week. So keep trading smart, keep trading safe. And if you've been looking to work with me 1v1, if you want to learn more about how I teach, how I trade, click the link below, see if you're a fit, and let's keep getting rich together. God bless. I'll see you guys in the next video.